This time on Reality Renovision.
Winter is coming soon. We got 2 weeks left. This will be interesting to see if we get it done on time. Gonna be some sexy. Close to 400 pounds on this countertop now. This stuff is money in the bank. So this is gonna be what I call a grout fail, but we gotta get this project finished because I'm selling the house soon. What the hell? Turned into a rocket launcher. That was freaking insane. I don't think this house has had a single permit since 1880.
Wow.
Hey, shovel? Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to open all this up. This is the fun part. Oh!
Woo!
Holy crap! That seemed dangerous. 800 square feet outdoor living space. Perfect every time. Hey guys, welcome back to the house. Don't have a whole lot of time to talk today because winter is coming soon. We're getting a really early fall. I know it looks beautiful today, but we just got 3 days of good weather. We got to get the rest of this outdoor living space finished for you. And then who knows when the snow is going to come. Up here in Ottawa, it can come as early as Halloween. Now it's time to get back to work. We got to finish our patio. We got to build our fire pit. We got to install stairs to our deck. We got to build our horizontal fence. We've got the electrician coming out to wire some outdoor boxes for us. We've got to finish all of our decorative stone. We got 2 weeks left. This will be interesting to see if we get it done on time.
How many blocks am I aiming for?
It's going to be a bunch.
It's gonna be a bunch.
I'm not going to lie. It is going to be a bunch. I'm just going to get some of this over there so it's ready to be worked with. There we go. That'll be a lot easier. Okay, so our fire pit design is actually designed to be really quite simple. We have created a hole by not installing tile. We have our line installed first for the gas, so we aren't going to ever need a propane tank. It's going to be hooked up directly to the propane tanks that supply our furnace in this area. And then when we're done, we're going to put this leadstone facade on the outside. We're using this in 3 different areas of the patio area, so it's like a design element and to tie together with the cedar barrel hot tub and the cedar porch. So this ought to work really well. All we're going to do is install the first course very much like a retaining wall. If it's not level, none of this is going to work. Me lucky. All right, let's see how this one works out now. Yeah. So I've got a 6-foot base with a 7-foot table designed for seating for 3 people on each side with the fire pit right down the middle. It's a pretty simple layout. Just me with my mallet.
And you're Maddie.
And Matt and the sun. Beautiful day.
I'm working, I'm not just sitting here. I'm just...
Matt does all my physical work for me so I don't die, and that's important. You really want to stop stacking them where I'm laying them, right?
Sorry.
Put that back, go get me a caulking gun and a PL gun, will you? Where's all that stuff?
I don't know.
Ay, 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 ay. It's crazy world out here today.
It's gonna be around,
People are
right?
getting attacked by bugs. Well, I am in the middle of trying to organize and lay out the world's easiest fire pit dining room table. And we're gonna actually install that on the side with cement. And so we'll just alternate the corner joint and then fill the middle. We're gonna do a concrete countertop with a 5-foot linear fireplace. So we're doing all this custom to order. It's so cost effective, guys. You're gonna be blown away how easy this is. Anyway, we'll have the gas guy come out. He's gonna run the line in a couple weeks. Oh, look how perfect this is fitting. I'm absolutely amazing myself. This is where experience pays. Lots of videos on YouTube of guys that make fire pits. And those are great for learning what not to do. But if you're looking for a tutorial on how to build one and it's gonna work out perfect the first time, you're in the right place.
Keep them coming.
Just taking names here.
Oh, you want to hand them?
Oh, well, I'm waiting for it. I might as well, eh?
Okay.
On that corner, across that line? Yeah, baby. And then I'm going to put one right here, okay? I'm just staggering the joint here a little bit. So it's just like my father used to say, that boy's a couple bricks short of a full load. You like that? Yeah, he's a prophet. All right. Obviously, I'm going to the store to grab a few more. They're in stock, it doesn't matter. And because we're doing a facade only here on the outside, I don't care if they come in pink. It's gonna grab a few more stones, finish my structure, glue it together, and then we're installing 2 of these bad boys. We're gonna be making a custom concrete countertop, and don't worry, it's not like the first one I did a few years ago. We've perfected the art since then. Gonna be some sexy. Spray the sucker down. Make sure she's good and wet. Now we're ready to install the stone. This mixture, which is the Keralastic, honestly, this stuff is so brutal to work with. It's just so amazing performance-wise, but brutal to work with. You're gonna go through a few pails, especially if you're doing this over a couple days. So just to give you an idea, this is one of the tools that I forgot. I'm not going to throw Matt under the bus on this one. I left this in the pail yesterday, and it was covered in the cement. So now it's completely dried. I want you to check out the flexibility in this product. It's on a steel blade. It's not breaking off. You ever seen a cement with that kind of flexibility? That's why we're doing it, okay? Kerabond with Keralastic has this kind of extreme temperature, expansion, contraction, flexibility, and holds its bond. This stuff is money in the bank. That's it. Okay. Okay. Nice. Here I'm gonna do half and half. That's all the contact I'm getting. So sometimes I can just tell by the way I set it in if I'm making contact. If not, I'll just back butter the tile. Well, last year we were tackling one room at a time, very much like the advice I give to people. This year I'm tackling the entire house at once.
Yeah.
It was just a few short weeks ago. We had roofers there. We had machinery in the background. We were moving dirt. We were building berms. We were laying GA. We were building a patio. We were renovating the deck and adding siding and windows all in the same week. That was crazy. I think we started filming maybe 15 or 20 videos, and that's got to be nuts for you, actually. You got all that content. You got to constantly go back and refer to it before we go to the next step. But it was good because we got everything started, And then as things made it available or arrived, and we were able to focus on one project at a time, now we're at a place where we're wrapping things up. So that's good. Almost got the house all closed. We're going to be finished the outside work in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
September now.
Yeah.
So we're running out of daylight. It's going to get cold soon. All right. Love this saw. All right, okay, so we're gonna spare you the details of watching me do all of this boring stuff. The point is, when I get near the top, I can also finish with the wet saw to cut down the long side as well. Coming up in a minute in this video, we're gonna show you how to pour a concrete countertop and put in your fire pit and make all your connections. This is gonna be spectacular, so a lot of information coming. This is a project you can do at home in about 3 days. So pick a long weekend, and we'll have the material list and everything organized in the description below, so you can do this yourself. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it and you think you might want to build one of these at your house. Well, we are inside today. It's raining, which means time to make our countertop for our fire pit. Now, I have seen a lot of videos on how to make countertops. I even done a video on how to make a countertop. That one was not as successful as I would have liked as far as the outcome, but at the time, the client wanted a countertop that was food safe. And at that time, that was the only thing on the market as far as material combination that would subdue that. We're not doing a food safe countertop today, so we get to be a little bit more finessed and sexy. We're gonna make the mold right here, and then we're gonna take it off the mold and invert it and put it on the fire pit, bring the gas lines to it. But this is a really easy thing to do. The fireplace inserts came with just a few days. Everything else is available off the shelf. So if you're looking to do a project like this, we'll make it as easy as possible for you to be successful. 3.5 inches. All right, so here are the components of the fire table. We have 2 of these bad boys, okay? And the idea is that will be your fire pit. That'll look pretty. We're gonna pour the concrete. Now I picked up these glass pieces. It's part of a rail system that they're selling at the Home Depot. Here in Canada anyway. I don't know if it's in the United States, but other companies are making these things. So look around if you can't find it. Basically it's designed to be, like have a top and bottom rail. It's safety glass, okay? And it's just a couple inches longer than the pit that I'm using. So I'm gonna set it up where I can install one of these on each side of each fire pit on the table, all right? Now warning, just for fun, popped outside. I tried to cut this on my wet saw to see if it would work. Nope. Yeah, that didn't work at all. So when you're configuring and you're thinking you're through your process, because I mean, not everybody's gonna do exactly what I'm doing here. Remember, you can't cut safety glass. I don't care how hard you try. They can only make it to size, okay? That's 2. Safety squint's activated. Okay. This is what takes you from a DIYer to a pro. All right. Perfect. Square. Okay. Okay. There we go. Woo. Wow, that's awesome. So now I'm just going to throw some brad nails from underneath. Make sure you use your safety squints when working with nails, like tools like this. Yeah, like that. Okay. Like silly string. There we go. And done. That's it. That's the end of day one. Okay? The only thing you have to do after this is let it dry. And we'll continue the video like as if it's tomorrow morning. All right, guys, it's the next day. Everything is nice and dry, and now I'm just trying to make sure that my countertop is completely level. And here's the reason. You can't fill everything to 2 inches if you have a sloped corner. Oh, yeah, there is a weakness over here. I knew that. I walked in and I saw it. Here we go. So let's get that taken care of. Oh. All right, so the cement that we're going to use to make our countertop is called Rapid Set. It's a Cementol product. And this stuff is designed for repairing bridges and stuff like that, okay? It's like really high strength. Just keep in mind what you're looking for is a cement with really fine particles. It's more closer to like a mortar looking product. It's designed for industrial applications, anchoring products, underlayments, and it also, it says here, casting. Ooh, lovely, because we're making a cast. So this is the kind of product we want to use. There it is. So, yes, it's going to be 6.5 bags. The bags are 55 pounds each, plus the weight of the water. We're gonna call it 60 pounds easy. Close to 400 pounds on this countertop now. That's plenty. I'm very comfortable with that. So I'm just gonna work this back and forth while it sets up here and try to get a nice consistent line. Yeah, and this is the underside. This is not the surface of the counter, remember. Right now it's inverted. But you still want the edge to have a consistent appearance. So that's why I'm working the edge. I used to have a swamp, but now we've done a bunch of work to build it up, level it out, add some new seed and a berm so we can control the water in our yard. So now I got a farmhouse on a full acre property instead of a farmhouse in the corner of a swamp. Now it's time to do the stairs. Now listen, we have a video from a few years back showing you how to cut your own stringers and all that math and all that jazz. The easiest way to do stairs is to build it in the same height dimension options as stairs come in. Now, if you go to your local hardware store, in my case, I went to the Home Depot and they have a couple options. They've got these things in metal and they come in different step options, okay? They don't have a single, but they do have a double for going up 16 inches or 24 inches or so and so, right up to 5 or 6, I think. And if you want to go with this option, it's a nice, clean, simple way to do it. You just simply mount this to the deck and you screw in an angle underneath to grab all your boards. And what we're doing is just 2x6s. Nice and easy. It takes a lot of the math out of it, but like I said, that's only if you thought ahead and you built your deck the right height. Because you are trying to get every step to be the same rise. It's kind of a code thing. These come with an 8-inch finish rise. The other option they have there is the wood ones. Same thing. The bottom step is shorter than all the rest to give you that continuity. But you know what? This is for kind of close applications. Now, we have different dimensions. There's highs and lows, fronts and rears. It's a little bit screwed up, actually. If I wanted to fix this to make perfect stairs, this is perfect, this is high, this is perfect, but it's not far enough. I'd have to be modifying every one of these steps all day long to get it perfect. One of the benefits of this is because it's manufactured and welded, every single one of these is exactly straight, dead on, perfect as the next one, okay? So I'm gonna put one of these stringers at this side, one in the middle, and one at the other side. And what I'm gonna use, these ones here, they're the number 10s, okay? But this screw has the same shear strength, same load capacity rating as a 1/2-inch metal lag bolt, right? This tiny little screw. Your inspector on building is gonna be able to look at that screw. Guess what structural screws all have in common? They have a number printed on the head. Your inspector can look at that number and know if your screw is rated for the job. I want the bubble on the front to be making contact with this black line and have a little bit of gap. Here, I'm gonna get this perfect for your one shot. Ready? Right there. Right there, right there, right there. If your stairs are 1 degree towards the structure, you're gonna find that it's a lot easier for people to climb up because it's helping to make them fall forward a little bit. But when you're coming down, if your stairs are the other way, people, especially near the end of the party, are more likely to just fall right on their face. So always have your stairs just a little bit of a hair towards the structure, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it off so that it sits flush up underneath the wood, and that will be really sexy. Was that? That actually caught the collection tray and threw it out the back end? Turned into a rocket launcher.
It's a rock.
What the hell? Holy crap. Oh yeah, I'm not done. Nothing wrong with the way I cut it. It's just something wrong with the way that thing worked. That was freaking insane. That was dangerous. I think I found a flaw with their tool here. Okay, we're just throwing this step in for all of you folks at home who are actually going to duplicate this whole installation. There is a gap behind this to the board. This is exactly the same as the material that we're using around here. Oh, this is a job for my son. Oh man. There you go. Thank you very much. Now you can see how this is coming together. Each of these screws I'm putting in are rated for 1,000 pounds, right? We're gonna get all 3 of these installed. Oh yeah, and don't be too hard on yourself when you're doing this work. So now I've got my cedar 2x6s. All right, now important to remember that when you're working with cedar or pressure treated wood, you need to have screws that are labeled for ACQ compliant, okay? Something like this. Remember, you're gonna wanna have one of these stringers for every 24 inches. Better get this done before the typhoon comes. Okay, here we go. Now, if you put a level on this board to check to see if this board is plumb, then all of these stairs will be straight and in line. So right about now, a bunch of you are asking yourself, how's he gonna screw that down when he's so close to the ground? Piece of cake. Okay, nice bit of windy today, huh? Makes you feel alive, doesn't it? There's that hole, there it is. Whew! There we go. Now, the only thing left to do is get my palm sander out, clean up my edges a little bit. There are no end to creative options, okay? The secrets to successful decks are always the same thing. End from the beginning, have a plan. Sort out your materials before you get started. And make sure you pay attention to details. If you don't like something, fix it before you move forward. Sometimes when we're making these videos, we rush a little bit because we're trying to get the video done, and we don't take the amount of care that would probably take otherwise, but that's okay. I'm working in my house and we're pretty easy on each other. Here we are near the end of the year. We're trying to get this done on a relatively warm, sunny day. And for whatever reason, we got the Grand Prix going on behind us and the wind is blowing like I can't figure this out, but we got to get this project finished because I'm selling the house soon. I don't have a choice. Winter's coming. So we're going to start real quick and dirty here. We're going to get our 1x6. We're using clear cedar. We've got cedar posts. These have been here anchored for a week. We're good to go. Everything's nice and level. Make sure everything's plumb and level before you get started. First, we're going to get the first board in and show you our system, because once you see this, you're going to be like, oh, I've got to do that at my house. All right. Step one is you take your cut, you miter it, you bring both pieces with you, because you can use the offcut to make sure that your corner is really nice and perfect. So Matt, we're going to cheat and we're going to go 1/16 over because it's going to shrink just a touch. Okay? Now I need you to lift it up a hair. Digging a bit. Man, it's amazing how many little bits it is to move that. All right, now we're perfect. You can let that full open now. PL Premium is fabulous outdoors for connecting wood to wood, mostly in the middle. And just a dab will do. That's it. Nice and simple. And how's your overhang?
Good. Yep.
All right. And that's it. As long as we make our miter joints perfect of the outside and we use brad nails, the simple effect of the weather outside is going to shrink up those holes and they'll disappear. I'm looking for a lot of privacy and a lot of wind control here because of the fire table and because our weather is so crappy out here in the country with all this wind. Matt's gonna take off for lunch now and I'm gonna build the rest of this fence on my own. So I'm just gonna plow through this and get her done. Well, it's time for grout. And as you can tell, I've hosed down the patio step here. It's nice to work in a wet environment, especially when you're using an ultracolor grout. This is a fast drying product. There's a warning about using this product if you're not used to doing grout. Outdoor grout is a quick drying product. I'm gonna suggest you mix just a little bit at a time so you've got time to do this right. It has all the character that we need, which is, it is fast drying. It has a sealer, so it creates an impermeable surface. I know I'm bad, I'm an eyeballer, all right? Especially when I'm doing with this. This product does not have sand in it, so you're relying on the chemical composition to create the thickening of the grout. So it takes a few minutes, okay? So don't be impatient and dump a whole lot more product in. And we're probably gonna be doing this for the next 2 to 3 minutes. Now this is not a grout that you wanna let sit before you use it. Yeah, that's more what I'm looking for. Here we go. I like to get it out and then just double check the mix. We don't want to have that dirt in the mix. Yep, and grout floats have a sharp corner and a round corner. Use the round one up against other surfaces. They'll help to fill it better. This patio is a little bit too wet. So this is going in too wet. So I built this out of the same stones I used to build the fire pit. Just blocks on the side, construction adhesive for exterior on the corners. Backfilled it with a mix of stone and stone dust. You know, every couple of inches, and then we wet it and tamped it and wet it and tamped it and just built it layer by layer. I also put the conduit in behind. My electrician's gonna be running electrical around the outside, so having that in place makes that easy. And then we just set the tiles in on the cement just like before, but on the blocks themselves, we actually used the same construction adhesive all around the outside. Oh, that's gonna be fine. It's just gonna be a lot more work for me because I'm gonna have to sit here and babysit this. That's just so runny, I can't even get it to fill the back corner. Well guys, I made a mistake. I didn't manage the water that was sitting on the stones. They're so big they were holding water. So this is gonna be what I call a grout fail. Now I'm gonna remove the excess. I'm gonna wipe it down. I'm gonna make up another batch, and then I'm gonna fill it all over again. At the end of the day, if you're not happy with it, you gotta stop and do it again. All right, so now after taking into consideration how much water is being held here, I made a much thicker paste. Because I know that as soon as I start working this out here, it's going to mix in with what was on there already. Wow, this is almost like that polishing paste they use at the dentist, right? That's really thick, and that's fine. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. There, that's the seal that I'm looking for. Yes, sir. This particular product is actually close to epoxy. I think it was designed as an alternative to epoxy for interior residential applications. As tiles got bigger and more rectified porcelain hit the market, people were demanding a grout that could be used with really small grout lines in big tile. Because unsanded grout is not the most ideal for floor scenarios. There's not enough strength in there to deal with deflection. The most important part of any of these patio steps is right where it comes to the wall. So even after I'm finished with this grout, I'm going to protect the grout joint. I'm going to use a polyurethane sealant. Most porches, when they're falling off the wall, it's because of water. Man, that stuff is deadly. Manage the water, like I said, you manage the whole job. Okay. One more thing we got to do here. Take a dollop where all the joints are, fill them with your hand from the underside. See, I can squish it right up through the hole. All right, so I'm going to take my extra material. Just going to leave it right in the middle. All right, because a big dollop like that with this material will slowly activate inside and go hard. If you read the instructions, it tells you there is no real waiting time, but you have 15 to 30 minutes to work with this material. They use the word work rather loosely. They don't say work with it and then clean it. We're gonna just use the sponge test. You'll see how it's starting to get dry here. All right, and if I can wipe it off real easy, like that, then I'm gonna leave it alone. As long as it's that easy, I don't wanna be touching this. I'll just go every 60 seconds, I'll try again, until it's giving me a little bit more resistance. Then I know that it's setting up. It's nice and firm and fill the grout lines, because I don't wanna have a lot of depression in the grout line that water can sit in. That can lead to freeze-thaw cycle issues. So I really want to have these grout lines totally filled with material when I'm done. It's a little bit of a labor of love because timing is everything here. You wipe it and then you wring the sponge out to wipe it down, guys. Don't add too much water to this. You just start grooving everything out. Make sure that you clean all your gear right away. It smells like I'm just using bleach.
Working in the summer, what's it been like working this summer?
Hot. Hot. It's been a hot summer. You know, most people don't associate heat with Ottawa. we get a lot of cold and long winters, but in the summertime,
year especially, has been quite.
I feel like somebody took the earth and like tilted it a little more than usual.
I don't know what
It's
happened.
been crazy. We've been getting, and I know that the Midwest has been having heat waves, and I guess they come and go a lot down there, but up here, we've been...
I'm not used to that type of heat.
We usually get 1 or 2 weeks, right, of really good heat. This year, it's been 8 weeks. So the entire time we're working outside, by noon, we're just done. We're trying to get to work early, and we're exposed in the sun in a lot of the area that we're working in, and it's just brutal.
So you had some shorter days just because you can't continue to work in that heat.
We don't get a chance to climatize. Like by the time the heat camp, we had just a couple weeks of spring and then it was hot.
If that.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the spring felt hot coming out of the winter.
Yeah.
And then just, it was relentless. It's just nuts. And then before you know it, someone's gonna flick a switch and we'll be back to winter. God.
Next time on Reality Renovision.
We got about one more good week of weather to do the outdoor stuff before fall hits. A family that renovates together stays together, if they don't kill each other. I screwed up, I didn't order enough siding. You're 2 hours late and I need a forklift. For me, delivery is off the truck and on my property. That's what delivery is. So they're hiring a shipper who can't complete the task.
We did our job to bring it to your door.
Wow, who's taking responsibility for that? That is some of the dumbest I think I've ever seen. So you can tell by my tone that I'm not happy. Every time it's not windy, it's also freaking cold.
That's good, man. Listen, if he breaks a tile, we're
Not now, people.
Yep.
Better be a bloody emergency. It's my mother-in-law. She's in the middle of a minor stroke.